Hey, today I'm going to do something I've been meaning to do for a while now, and I'm going to pull out my winch cable just about to there's about maybe one loop around the spool left all the way in or all the way out, and I'm going to paint the line orange so that you'll know if you're in a puddle or in deep mud when you're pulling that cable out when you're almost to the end. I've seen this go wrong for some of my friends. I haven't actually had it happen to me, but it really sucks. And it doesn't always happen depending on who installed your winch line, but you can pull your cable all the way out right off the spool, and then you gotta try and re-spool it, and it's very difficult to do. First thing you're gonna wanna do is get an old towel, some heavy gloves, because when you start pulling that thing out, it's gonna be full of mud and gunk, especially if you hadn't used it for a while. Alright, as I was pulling mine out, I got to the end, and you can't pull the one I have out too far. It's wound, and the line comes right through the middle of the shaft, so that's nice to know. There's already some red paint on there, but only about this much of it, so this will help let you know a little bit better. I grabbed the tape. I carry one around in my glove box in the side-by-side, basically we have gates places just to make sure we can fit before you try it and stove up your machine. So I have about 39 feet of winch line on here. Just wanted to double check so that I go and get in the book. That way I know. If you carry a tape with you, you can make sure you can actually get to something before you go through the hassle of dragging the whole thing out and having it not reach. So, not a bad plan either if you have some space for something like this. I don't know if you can see this or not, but there's a little bit of red paint on there, but not much. So we're gonna put a little bit more high-vis orange fluorescent. One other thing I may want to note here is if you have a synthetic line, spray paint may not be your best choice, kind of like the gas in a styrofoam cup kind of thing. I'm not sure if spray paint will damage a synthetic winch line, so maybe like electrical tape or a zip tie or something like that might be a better plan. Like I said, not sure, but I would definitely check. So here we go, let this dry for a while. Now we have nice orange. Hopefully this will let me know before I run out of line. Also may want to mention, take other like tow ropes or some webbing or something like that with you, so if you do need to go further you can, especially if you're on a power line or someplace where there's not a lot of trees around. You're going to need that extra reach. Next part, you're either going to have a friend or a family member, or I have a little plug-in remote. I know some of the nicer winches have keychain remotes to get this spooled back in so you can kind of wheel it in nicely, make sure it spools up good. I have a little plug up here and a little wired remote, which makes it easy so I can do this on my own. And there we have it. This is a little winch bumper stopper. They're pretty handy. Keeps it nice and tight, keeps it from out around a little bit. Worth a couple bucks that they cost, especially if you have a plow attachment or something.